Hey guys, Brix back with another Lego Transformer review, and today, we are taking a look at my version 2 official G1 Jetfire. Let's check it out. Okay, so here we have a Jetfire looking super deep, and I'm really proud of this design. You know, it took me a while to figure. I mean, not to figure it out, but it took me, time to get my skills up there enough to make it look like this. I don't know if you guys remember what my last Jetfire looks like. Go back on my channel and check that out. It's pretty bad. But it was the best I could do at that time, and it was more so designed after the generations versus pure G1. So shout out to Hasbro for coming out with an actual good looking, G1 release of Jetfire, because that lent itself a lot to the design of what I, had to do here. And I had to make a couple of improvements just for, that's incredibly squeaky. I have landing gear. Look at that. Did you guys notice that? I have landing gear. It's pretty cool. But I had to do a couple of structural integrity updates before I did the video. So that's mostly in this area right here, because it goes from a 6 stud wide to a 7 stud wide back to a 6 stud wide. And I had to find out how to do that with all sorts of jumpers and flat tiles, and because that's where the head is, similar to like the Hasbro release. It's inside of this thing. Either way, let's take a look at the bottom. Does it sit well like that? Barely? Okay. Try not to disturb it but so much. It's not flimsy, it's just like there are a couple of pieces that are, if it's pushed, then it will, come off. But it's Lego. That's what Lego does. So, yeah. If you wanted to fold up the landing gear, sadly on this it would have to fold forward and kind of look more like a blaster than like folding backwards where I would want it to go. But these guys, the landing gear is built pretty much like in the knee, so you just take that and fold it in like that. Very cool. It was like an extra piece of the design I didn't need to put, but I wanted it to be able to sit flush, and it looked kind of weird like that. So at least with the landing gear and all of that, it sets up a bit more proper. I would have loved to have hidden the feet somewhere so you could actually see the blasters back there, or the boosters, or whatever you want to call them. The wings do, of course, for transformation also, fall forward. So, that's their natural position, and they could pretty much go all the way out and all the way up this way too. Now, and which I'm thinking now, as I'm doing the video, I probably should have done the armor and everything too for it, but it does have the walking jet mode as well, so where you just kind of put the legs as far up as they could go and get the legs straight down. Just get it to where it's nice and planted, and he could do that whole thing, which to me looks silly to just have a pair of legs on a plane, but staying with tradition. But since we already kind of started the transformation, let us continue then, shall we? Yes. So we pretty much just bring these, actually they stay like this, we take these little side pieces. Why am I zoomed in so much? That's good enough. Take these, rotate them up, which I mean they don't even really have to be there, they're just on these little pieces right there, but I think that's part of it, so we'll just kind of keep it like that. Oh, so like there's people running around my house and I'm the only one here. Nice. The next thing that we want to do is we could pretty much just bring this whole crotch piece down and they'll fold back on these white hinges right here. So you just got to kind of be mindful of where you're grabbing when transforming it, so that way it doesn't just break off because it's just 4 studs right there. Yeah, so we got the legs done. The next thing that we want to do or fold out these arms. So let's get them nice and planted right there. And this is where like Hasbro kind of comes in a little bit and helps out with that. But this you gotta kind of just get over this piece right here and bring the arms out. Make sure everything is nice and tight. If that hand doesn't clear that, then we're in trouble. As you can see, it's trying to come off right there, but that's where it's connected to. And we could get that up and out the way like that. Now, when I do the instructions, which, you know, take note of this part of the video. If you decide to build this, which I know a lot of you might, because if I wasn't me, I would want to build this. These red pieces right here and there, those are the rounded 1x2 plates. They have the holes in the studs, and they don't have this piece in LDD. Ideally, these will both be white, but I've only had one white one. So I said red kind of goes with the color scheme. I put those there just to make sure it works, and it works incredibly. So in the instructions, I might just leave those blank, and letting you know now through the video, that's the piece that you want. If you try to put a regular 1x2 plate, it will not work. It has to be the rounded one with the studs, because they have to go in between these, you know, they have to fit right under these 1x3 plates that are normal 1x3 plates. So that's what's going on there. So after that mouthful, you're gonna next bend everything down here at these rocker bricks. Oh wait, nope, before you do that, you're gonna have to undo all of this a little bit. So just fold that up like that, and as you can see, we have more rocker bricks there, and then you're able to kind of just bring that down. I kind of want to bring these wings out because I feel like they're interfering with the bottom of this part right here. So you bring that down first, and as you can see, that's where the head is hiding in that little gap right there. Then you can use the rockers to bring them down like that, and then you could kind of fold everything back up. Which this part is always a little, because it's a super tight tolerance, that's all that really is. There you go. Nice and tight. Since we're up here, these wings pretty much fold in like this and fold up. Wings fold in and up, and that's how the wings go. So for this guy right here, we got to work on the side intake thruster thingies first. And what we'll do to kind of help with that is just take the nose cone, bend it up to get it out the way, so you guys can see this a little bit better. But we're going to take this, they're on those, you know, my favorite piece, the rounded 1x1s, and we're going to bring them down like that, and then start rotating them like that, and get them nice and flush. And we kind of help to get the arm out the way. And put it in this position. Now from there you can kind of just, you know, it doesn't have to be too tight up there, but that's fine. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just bring it down. Hey, I see you trying to move. And then we can rotate it a little bit. Kind of like the Hasbro version. Just want to kind of do one of, oh, that's as far up as that goes. Okay. So now that we got that, we could take the landing gear, now bring it back, and then take the nose cone or flap or whatever that is and bring that down like that. And now all of this will fit inside of his chest right there. And you can kind of bend that back a little bit just to get the clearance for that, and we're good. Make it nice and flush, and there's his chest. Now originally I had a Technic brick in the nose, and it had like a jumper plate to where it could connect into, but it was doing too much. Like, this is strong enough as long as you're using these type of clips. The older ones that don't have that indent right there, these are a lot stronger, and that's what you want to use primarily throughout the whole build, because where they are, they count right there. Like right there, it needs to be tight, because if it's not, it'll be floppy and all over the place, and you know, you need things to be as strong as possible. All right, so we will continue with the arms, bring them down, just kind of get them adjusted to where he stands, and then rotate at the bicep like so, and then flip out the fist. Very nice. Tell him to relax his arm a little bit, it's fine. Do the same on the other side. Rotate at the bicep, bring it down, flip the fist out, flip it. There you go. And then you could kind of pose him up. Get his feet planted on those rockers. Love feet rockers. And get him nice and centered. And there we have Jetfire. G1 Jetfire. Now I could, yeah, like I might just, like, before, did I do the instructions for this yet? I might have. Because I'm definitely replacing that last Jetfire. That one was horrible. But yeah, I didn't do the instructions yet, so I might find a way to do attachable armor. You know, I'll take a look at it, research it, see if there's a way that I could do that for like the chest plate and stuff and whatever else is going on with it. Yeah, because I know it's that and like probably like the mask or something. So I'll give it options. Like if anything else, I'll put those in the instructions so you could either choose to use them or not, you know. Use them or lose them, you know. Now, as far as our size comparison here, what do we have? We have another, no, that guy, he's doing a pose right now, so I'm not going to bother him. Oh, we got squeeze play. Kind of shooting all these videos at one time, so if you see something that's like, oh, what kind of comparison is that? That's because he's on my desk right now, along with these other guys as well. And then we got those guys over there too. So this is what's going on right now. Got Squeeze Play hanging out with Jetfire. I guess we could get into our articulation. So with this, goes up about that far, goes back that far, 90-degree range on the knee. Foot does swivel and has an incredible rocker. No inner feet articulation, it's all pretty much flat. Try to keep it as simple as possible, nice and clean. There's really no studs showing on this behalf except for like right there if you count that, and maybe on the back of the wing, but I'd try to keep the back of the wing thin to look like a wing. These wings of course do fold all the way up if that's something that you desire. They rotate also on that same hinge if that means anything to you. Fold it in, do whatever you want with that. Oh, and the backpack is trying to come off now. Get that back on there. And that's what happens when you start messing with stuff. The head is on one of these rounded 1x1 pieces, so it could only really like have the confused Jetfire look, and then turn a full 360, of course. No real back and forth motion to look up or down. Arms could technically do a full 360 as long as the wing is not in the way. Has full range on the shoulder right there, bicep swivel, full range on the elbow, and pretty much anything you could want to do with the wrist right there. No waist articulation, you know, due to transformation and stuff like that. And that is pretty much it. Pretty much it. I'm not sure if this is a feature, but this does come off. In case if you want it, you know, just looking a bit more plain. Ironically, because you just kind of took the plain parts off, but can't look more plain without the plain. Does that? I'm trying to see if that allows me to. Oh, wow, I designed this pretty dope. This is really cool when I look at it. Like small details like this, you wouldn't see. Like the rounded 1x1 like pizza slices right there. Like that detail's there for no reason because you won't really see it, but you know, that's if you decide to take that off and maybe have this fly around or something. It's kind of cool. But put that back right there. And yeah, like I said, instructions will be on brixmediastudios.com shortly, if not already. And I'll try my best to make sure that I put those whatchamacallits in the armor pieces, which I think I had intentions on doing because I have these ports here on top of the wing. I could have just put a 1x1 brick there, but those holes are there for a reason, like, which I guess I didn't disclose or something. Like you could take something like this and stick that up there maybe, but I mean you'll be able to put like blasters and stuff there also. So it kind of seems like I designed this with the intention on upgrading of, you know, like to like the armor and everything. So interesting. Maybe I'll take a look at that today. But that's pretty much it for Jetfire, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.